what you'll find very quickly in Business Central is everything is lists. So think of in GP, all your smart lists, right? Or if you're in SL, your quick queries, right? You've got lists there, but everything in all of your entities in Business Central are really off lists, which can be really powerful in your ability to look at things also in Excel and analyze them. So this is an example of my customer list page, but let's say like in Smart List, right, there might not be all the data that you want on that list and you want to be able to add additional pieces of information to that list. Well, what you can do in Business Central is actually personalize this. And there's two different ways. You can personalize it, which is at the user level. So I can make changes to just my particular user, or you can customize it at the role level so that any user assigned to that role would see that change. So it gives you that flexibility. So let's say I want to add a field, just real simple. I'm going to add, I notice that the salesperson isn't on my list. So I can see it in the list and I simply need to drag that field wherever I want on the list. So now I've added the salesperson code just with a couple clicks. Now I've got the column that I want in here. Now, again, I said lists are everywhere in Business Central, and up at the top, you can see this little icon where you can say, open it up in Excel. And this is very similar to if you used Smart Lists and GP, right, exporting that information out to Excel. But where the real power is in the edited Excel. So I'm actually going to choose the edit in Excel option, and it's going to push all of this data out to a worksheet for me. But what I'm going to be able to do in that worksheet now is make changes to the data in Excel and then push that back into Business Central. So you're going to see there's a little add-on over here, and this is authenticating my user, right? So it's authenticating the user that I've logged in with the system so that I have the security and the rights to be able to make those changes. So let's say, for example, right, you have an individual that is leaving your organization. Maybe one of the salespeople is leaving your organization and you need to reassign that salesperson's clients to a different salesperson. So let's say Paul here is leaving our organization and we need to assign all of his clients to Ian, one of our other salespeople, right? So imagine what it would take in your current system to do that. Could you do that easily and efficiently, or would you need to first go out and query and figure out who all of Paul's customers are, right? And then how would you do one-by-one changes in there? Would you have to use something like Integration Manager? How would you go about doing that? I'm hoping the answer isn't you go into SQL and do that. That can turn into a lot of problems with data integrity. But what you can do within Business Central is I'm just going to actually filter this because I know Paul's leaving, so I want to quickly find out all of Paul's customers. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to replace them with Ian's record. So I'm going to just come and copy all of this down and say we want to replace all of that. Once I've updated all of that, then I'm going to choose the publish option. Oh, and what it's reminding me is I've got it filtered. So I'm just going to go ahead and unfilter that before I publish. And the great thing about this is what it did, and I purposely did, is I spelled Ian wrong there, but I wanted to show you that it looks at the business logic in Business Central. So it is preventing you from pushing in data, right, that can cause data integrity issues, right? You don't want to push in, this is a simple spelling error, but how many times have you seen in your existing systems, right, where you have multiple records that are actually duplicates because somebody actually spelled it wrong, right? Well, the great thing with the edit in Excel is it actually looks at that business logic and really makes sure that the data that you're putting in, right, is of high quality and you're not entering that duplicate in. So it's just letting me know I have errors, I need to fix this. So I'm going to go back and now I can fix this. So I'm going to actually say, I'm going to spell it right this time. And copy that down to all of my records. So now I've got it spelled correct, unfilter it, and now I'm going to go ahead and publish it. So now it analyzed it. It's going through making sure my records all look correct. Let me know if there were any, again, have issues, I can fix those. Once it's gone through and analyzed all of those, then it will publish. You can see it's publishing those changes. So a very easy way for me to make mass changes to all of that data very quickly within Excel. So if I go back into Business Central now, if I click into Aaron Fitz, you can see they were assigned to Paul, but remember Paul's leaving. But if I go into his record now in Business Central, it should show that now Ian is assigned to him. So again, just showing you the power of being able to quickly update a lot of records very, very quickly.